Now, also at the State House, 50 years ago, Maine got rid of its parole system, and since then, 15 other states have followed suit. Now, in recent years, lawmakers have been debating whether or not to reinstate the parole system, and the most recent time is happening right now during this session.
And so I became the recovery facilitator and the head gardener.
During his time in prison, Scott Martin also became known as the Butterfly Man.
I raise and release butterflies.
After a 5-year drug sentence, Thursday is his last day of home confinement.
It can't get any better than that because I'm fulfilling a promise of the guys I left behind.
Martin's promise is to talk about parole and the message that his friends in prison have.
Don't judge me on my worst mistake in my life. Judge me on my actions daily. Judge me on the man that I have become.
But it seems like it's going to go for a long time.
Democratic Representative Nina Milliken of Blue Hill sponsored LD 1941. Under it, only those who are sentenced to 10 years or longer would be eligible for parole.
The number of people who would qualify, you have to serve a third to a half of your sentence, or at least 20 years if you're convicted and sentenced to life.
While the state doesn't currently have a parole system, Maine does allow time off for good behavior. Even with that, Milliken says sentences are 20% longer than they are 50 years ago.
We still are the longest sentencing state in the United States.
Milliken estimates this proposal would cost $5 million, and it would be 5 years before any inmates could apply for parole.
I speak for myself.
Republican Representative Rachel Henderson of Rumford, who sits on the Judiciary Committee assessing this proposal, says that $5 million price tag is hard to budget in.
Because what's $5 million today is not going to be $5 million in 5 years.
Henderson also believes Maine's judicial system would struggle under the weight of a parole system. She points to the ongoing public defender shortage. Henderson says, focus on what already needs fixing.
Make sure people have legal counsel, and then we can address other issues down the road.
Between creating a parole board, hiring and training parole officers, Henderson says this is a recipe for bigger government, something she is opposed to.
But I am interested in digging into the subject matter and understanding it more.
Now, this proposal still has to make it out of committee before it has any chance of becoming law. And if it does not pass, this is not an issue that I anticipate to go away anytime soon. In Augusta, Christian Harsa, News Center, Maine.